Solutions of a convection equation for a flat plate. Consider laminar flow of a fluid over a flat plate as shown in this figure that are slightly contoured, such as turbine blades can approximately as a flat plate with reasonable accuracy. The x coordinate is measured along the plate surface with the from leading edge of the plate in the direction of flow, and y is measured from the surface in the normal direction. The fluid approaches the plate in the x direction with a uniform stream velocity which is u infinity and temperature is T infinity. When viscous dissipation is negligible, the continuity, momentum and energy equation reduce for steady incompressible laminar flow of fluid with constant properties over the flat plate. So continuity equation. So this momentum equation will reduce to this equation here. In this equation, del P by del X is 0. Also del T by del X is much less than del T by del Y. So this energy equation will reduce. This component will be eliminated to this form. So this point, your X is 0. On this line X is 0. So on this line, your velocity, which is u at x0 at this line, is equal to u infinity. Temperature at this point when x is 0 and y will vary along this line is T infinity at y0, which means at this layer which is just adjacent to this plate, that is along this layer which is no slip condition also, your velocity of the fluid is 0 because fluid is still at rest position. So at this layer which is adjacent to this plate, at this layer your vertical component of velocity is also 0, that is v x when your y is 0 is also 0, and Tx, 0 which is equal to the surface temperature at this location. This is the surface temperature Ts. So when y tends to infinity, means at this location your u x, infinity is u infinity for all those values at this location, and T x, infinity is also T infinity for all these values. So fluid properties are assumed to be constant, and thus you can see in this first equation, continuity and momentum equation, there is no temperature variation. So these are related to the u and v. So we have to solve these two equations separately. Once velocity distribution is available, we can determine friction coefficient and the boundary layer thickness. So this is your friction coefficient. Continuity and momentum equations are solved in 1908 by German engineer Blasius. This was done by transforming the two partial differential equation into a single ordinary differential equation by introducing a new independent variable called the similarity variable. We will introduce a stream function which is psi x, y, u is equal to del psi by del y and v is equal to minus del psi by del x. So when you put this value and this value into continuity equation, in this equation the two terms will be eliminated and there is no need to discuss about the continuity equation. Now we define a function f which is dependent on this stream function u infinity under vx by u infinity. This for a flat plate, Blasius reasoned that the non-dimensional velocity profile u by u infinity should remain unchanged when plotted against the non-dimensional distance y by delta. Blasius was also aware from the work of Stokes that delta is proportional to under root Vx by u infinity. Now take this value of delta, put here y by this value and assign this dimensionless similarity variable as this. Now this is same as this. We know u is equal to del psi by del y. You can multiply by del eta and divide by del eta. You will get this equation here. Now we know you can take the derivative of this psi function with respect to eta from this equation and you can replace here, and you can take the derivative of this function eta and you can put in this equation here. On solving you will get this equation. Now we know velocity is equal to minus del psi by del x. We know value of psi. Put this value of psi here, take the derivative. During derivative, first we have to take the derivative of this function, which is del f with respect to del x, by keeping other constant. Then you will keep this function as it is. You will do the derivative for x raised to half, so which is minus 1 by 2 x raised to power minus half, and rest will remain same. You will get this equation here. Now you have to find, you had u in terms of this function, you had v in terms of this function, you have to find del u by del x, del u by del y, and del square u by del y square. After you have to put these three values in this momentum equation. On simplify you will get this equation, which is third order nonlinear differential equation. Therefore the system of two partial differential equation is transferred into single ordinary differential equation. Using the definition of function and eta, the boundary conditions in terms of similarity variables can be expressed as f0 is equal to, this is the condition, boundary condition, and df by deta at eta is equal to 0, this is equal to 0, this is the boundary condition, and df by deta n tends to infinity is equal to 1, this is the boundary condition. The transformed equation with its associated boundary condition cannot be solved analytically, and thus an alternative solution method is necessary. The problem was first solved by Blasius using a power series expansion approach, and this original solution is known as Blasius solution. The problem later is more accurately solved using differential numerical approach, and results for this solution are given in table. So in this table, function f value, eta value, df by deta is equal to u infinity by this are represented. Now when value of this is 5, you can see your u upon u infinity is almost 99%, means u upon u infinity is 0.992, corresponding to eta is equal to 5. You can substitute this value of eta 5 in this equation, and when your velocity is 0.99 of u infinity, then your y is equal to delta, which is the boundary layer thickness, and this number we know from definition is your Reynolds number, where x is the distance from the leading edge of the plate. Note that the boundary layer thickness increases with increasing kinematic viscosity. If your this value increase, your del will increase. With increasing distance from the leading edge x, this boundary layer also will decrease. It is clearly visible as we moving in x direction. This thickness of boundary layer is increasing. If you increase this velocity, free stream velocity, your boundary layer thickness will decrease. Therefore, a large free stream velocity will suppress the boundary layer and cause it to thinner. We know the shear stress of the wall is equal to mu into del u by del y when your y is 0. So shear stress on this surface we have to calculate when your y is 0. We know del u by del y is this. You can replace this in equation, put value here, you will get this equation. Now when your eta is 0, from this table it is clearly visible that this second derivative of f at eta is equal to 0 is 0.332. You can place the value of this in this equation. You will get this equation here. Now from the definition of local skin coefficient, which is Cf on this layer which is adjacent to this boundary, can be calculated from this divided by this. You will get local skin friction coefficient, which is 0.664 log x raised to power minus half. You can see with increase in x, or when you go along the wall or plate in the x direction, your boundary layer thickness will increase, while your shear stress, it is inversely proportional to x. So shear stress along the wall will decrease, as well as your local skin friction will decrease. So as you move from this direction, your boundary layer thickness will increase. As you move from in this direction, your shear stress will decrease, and so your local friction coefficient will decrease. Energy equation. Knowing the velocity profile, we are now ready to solve the energy equation for temperature distribution for the case of constant wall temperature Ts. First we introduce the dimension as temperature theta, same as we had introduced in case of velocity profile. So theta xy, it is dimensionless temperature, which is Tx comma y minus Ts by T infinity minus Ts, where Ts and T infinity are constant. S is surface temperature, infinity is free stream temperature. So substitute instead of temperature here the value of theta, which is dimensionless. You will get this equation. Temperature profile for flow over an isothermal flat plate are similar, just like the velocity profile, and thus we expect a similarity solution for temperature to exist. Further, the thickness of thermal boundary layer is proportional to this, just like the thickness of velocity boundary layer, and thus the similarity variable is also same. Theta n is equal to theta eta. Using the chain rule and substituting the u and v expressions into energy equation gives. So this is value of u here, this is value of v. Put this uv value in this equation here and here. You will get this equation. We have to also place this value, which is del theta by del x. You can write del theta by del x in this form, del theta by del eta into del eta by del x. Also you can write del theta by del phi in this form, del theta by del y, and you can multiply this factor and divide by this factor. Now put value of this and put the value of this here, and on solving and rearranging you will get this equation, where this is Prandtl number, which is ratio of kinematic viscosity to thermal diffusivity with the boundary condition theta 0 is equal to 0, because at this point there is no temperature difference, and theta infinity is equal to 1. When you away from the plate, you are in free stream, then your this T xy becomes T infinity, and this will become 1. So your theta at infinity is 1. Obtaining an equation for theta as a function of eta alone confirms that temperature profile are similar, and thus a similarity solution exists. So if you put Prandtl number here 1, this equation here, which is for thermal profile, will become same as the in case of velocity profile. So for Prandtl number 1, we conclude that velocity and thermal boundary layers coincide, and the non-dimensional velocity and temperature profile are identical for study in compressible laminar flow of a fluid with constant properties, and Prandtl number 1 over an isothermal flat plate. So this is velocity or thermal boundary layer, both they coincide with each other. For Prandtl number 1, for a isothermal flat plate in laminar flow, the value of temperature gradient at surface when your y is 0 or eta is 0 means that this surface can be solved from table. We know when y is 0, this value is a function of y. So when y is 0, this is also 0. At 0 value, the value corresponding to this is 0.332. So this equation can be solved for various values of Prandtl number. We will take a case where Prandtl number is greater than 0.6. The non-dimensional temperature gradient at the surface is found to be proportional to Prandtl raised to power 1 by 3. Means this is your non-dimensional temperature gradient at surface when your Prandtl number is greater than 6 is found to be 0.332 Prandtl raised to power 1 by 3. Now temperature gradient surface, which is del T by del Y when y is equal to 0, can be represented in this form. You can multiply this denominator and denominator by this and divide. You can write this equation in this form. Put this equation here. When you take the derivative of this function with respect to y, you will get only this. Y will become 1. You will get under u infinity by vx. Put this value here. You will get this equation, which is del T by del y. We know at the boundary, at this place, your conduction and convection are same. So this is your convection term. This is your conduction term here. You can place this value del T by del y here. You will get this equation. You can use this equation here, which is your convection heat transfer coefficient when the temperature distribution within the fluid is known. We know Nusselt number, which is Hx upon K. Now replace this value of Hx from this equation here. You will get this equation Prandtl raised to power 1 by 3, and when you replace this value here, this factor along with this x will become Reynolds number, and this equation is valid when Prandtl number is greater than 0.6. It is also found that for Prandtl number greater than 0.6, the ratio of velocity boundary layer to thermal boundary layer is equal to Prandtl raised to power 1 by 3. We know this is our relation for velocity boundary layer thickness, which is here. Put the value here. You will get thermal boundary layer thickness, which is this. So these relations are valid only for laminar flow over an isothermal flat plate. Also the effect of variable properties, which will vary with temperature, can be counted by evaluating all such properties at film temperature, which is defined as surface temperature plus free stream temperature and its average